And meanwhile, the ETK I-Series is going, whoa! Oh no, there's been a really bad accident, a bit of, oh there's been some contact there. So the sheriff's car has literally flattened the front end of the ETK.
Yeah, the weight of the sheriff's car has just completely totaled the ETK, and I think that's going to be it for the German car.
Hello, my name's Buster,
And my name's Boots.
and welcome back to the Beamng AI Racing Series for Race 4.
Yes, this is the Hillclimb qualifying, and I'm sure it's going to be interesting.
Yes, but before we get into that, in Race 3 we made a mistake.
We? That was all your fault.
Oh, thanks, I thought we were a team, but... So in Race 3, we thought the K-Series was eliminated, but it wasn't. It got wrecked after it crossed the line in lap 2. So, to settle the score, we have to do a race, a grudge match.
Yes, so this will be a 5-on-5, so there'll be 5 K-Series. It's a bit snaky, like crisps.
Yeah, Boots, thanks for that. So it'd be 5 FCVs and 5 K-Series to decide who will be going through to Race 9.
Yeah, this will be interesting because whilst the K-Series has more power, about 300 or so brake horsepower, it's rear-wheel drive, whereas the FCV has got half the power, but it's four-wheel drive.
Yeah, so because we're talking about AI racing, I think that the fact that, there's two FCVs have just been spun out, but they are, the four-wheel drive, less power, so maybe on the jumps and the bends, the AI...
Oh, there's a cluster of cars have just crashed.
Oh, and FCV's just jumped over and gone head-on with the K-Series. So a replay here, you can see this cluster of vehicles. Meanwhile, in the background, there's the FCV coming through at the end. So it looks like there's a bit of contact between a few of the K-Series, and that gives the FCV a chance to break out and get through.
And there's also a K-Series going backwards whilst one is rolling. There's a cluster of K-Series.
Yeah, and I think that's going to give the FCV a chance to get round. So from this angle, you can see the 1K series hits the back of another, which almost flips it over. There's another one that's completely lost control and is spinning around everywhere.
Yeah, so I think the fact that the FCV is four-wheel drive and has less power, wow. So there's a bit of friendly fire there. There's a whole bunch. Oh, so here's on board with the FCV. As you can see kind of what's happening. There's all these K-series all rolling over each other.
So meanwhile, the FCV is in first place, and the K-Series is in second place.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see because these two cars are so different, yet they are like neck and neck.
Oh wait, no, the K-Series has managed to get past the FCV. Wow, so the K-Series in first places. We've got 3 FCVs in hot pursuit. There's one ruined there. Oh no, the K-Series that was in first place has just crashed head-on into, T-bone into an FCV that had lost drive. Wow, okay, so now there's a bunch of vehicles there that are still on, these cars are still on their first lap. They haven't made it around. They're still completely damaged. Trying to get through.
Wow, there's a pack of FCVs there, like all picking on the K-Series. Oh my goodness, so it looks like the K-Series is in first and second place. Wow, that was a surprise.
So there's the K-Series is there. Oh, neck and neck, the FCV and the K-Series there.
Okay, meanwhile the FCV, the little Frenchie. That's French engineering for you.
Oh no, okay, lovely. Yep, okay. So yeah, the K-Series has just finished off that FCV.
I think the K-Series were unhappy that they didn't manage to make it through to race 9.
Well, we've got more races, and perhaps there'll be another K-Series in another race. So here we go, all these vehicles. So just so we're clear, the first bunch of cars that we saw had...
Oh, there you go. Goodbye.
They hadn't finished first lap. Oh, there's still... Okay, so the it's still going. It's still going. It's Smokey. Old Smokey is still going. But, so that means we have confirmed the Kashira FCV, not this particular one, but, you know, I mean, the one that came in first place. The FCV has solidified its place in race 9.
Yep, we sorted that out. Now, Buster, don't make that mistake again.
Oh, thanks. So, Hillclimb. So we've got like a vast display of lots of different big wings.
Yeah, you need a big wing. But you know it's called a spoiler for a reason.
Why is that?
Oh, because it sometimes spoils a car.
Oh, lovely. Very good. So we've got a nice mix of vehicles. We've got like a one-off, the Downforce fan, which is going to race the last, and this little beauty, the Owl.
The Uo.
The Uo.
Uo.
Uo. I think it's Owl.
Oh, I make that noise when I hit my toe in the morning when I get out of bed.
Nice. Thanks for that anecdote.
No, but I think it's probably pronounced owl.
Ow. So I think that's this little vehicle is. I think we missed the splash screen, didn't we, of all the info? But 900 or so brake horsepower.
Yeah, this will be a beast. It kind of reminds me of the old 6R4. That was a bit of a death trap.
Well, that's what they say, but it was a bit of a beast. It's one of my favourite cars of all time, actually.
But it'll be interesting to see how the Uru does.
Yes.
Well, it's a bit of a pocket rocket. We're off.
So the Uo is off. Just starting. It's
It's a bit of a pocket rocket.
Yeah, I think it looks like it is, and it's got a lovely rear wing on the back.
Spoiler.
No, it's not a spoiler. It's a rear wing. Wow! Look at the fly. This thing is just. I know the rear wheels are thick, and it looks like it's been imported from Japan. It has a Japanese number plate.
Oh no! Well, this series, this race.
Oh wait, no, 28.53 for the first lap.
I was going to say that this series is completely Japanese-centric. There's like mostly Japanese cars.
Well, there is one French and one German vehicle. Wow, the Owl is flying beautifully, and now getting on for the end of its lap. Let's see how it does. What's it going to do? Can it better the first time? It was a good time for its first lap. Ready? 26.04. You know what that means?
What does that mean?
It means that your beloved D15 drag vehicle has been knocked off the track record. Number one is the Owl. Number one is the Owl. And the second best track record is the D15, your car.
Oh. Something's not right. I think we should get that car inspected. It's not like a manufactured, like mass-produced vehicle. I think it should be banned.
Well, yeah, but the D15 is a drag car. That was not mass-produced.
Yeah, but the D15 itself was produced.
Anyway, the FCV, 637 brake horsepower. The FCV is back.
Oh, we've already got one Frenchie making it through to race 9. We don't need another one.
That's not very nice to say. Look, I mean, if it does well, then it deserves it because it's got some tough opponents. I do like the look of this FCV. This is the FCV Hillclimb. Sorry, I can't even speak. I'm too excited.
Yes, Buster, just, I think your mouth is going too quick for your brain.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Boots. But yeah, this FCV looks beautiful. I love the look of this thing. It looks really, really good. And I bet it's a lot of fun to drive as well. But
Mo! The tyres of doom have struck.
Yes, I think they have. I think is that what we're calling them now?
Yes, we're calling them the tyres of doom because a lot of these cars just can't seem to make it past them without knocking into them.
Well, let's see how the FCV gets on. This is a Hillclimb FCV, and it's going to cost it because it's spun out once already. 36.32. So manages to avoid that barrier there. A lot of the vehicles we saw, didn't we? They come off that.
Oh, and again. Oh no! Now his rear wing is wonky. Now it is a spoiler.
Okay, so the wing has gone wonky. I think it looks like his rear suspension is out. Can you see it?
Yeah, I know. It looks like that. It looks like the back end is a bit too low. Something is wrong.
Yeah, I think the French car is struggling here. So crosses the line for the end of the second lap at 32.70, which isn't a good time by the standards of today in this race 4. That puts it in last place, I think.
Yeah, Frenchie doesn't have a chance. I've got oh dear, the car is falling apart. I've got a feeling that the sponsor eShop will probably want to drop it after this.
That's a bit harsh. Maybe he's just had a bad day. Well, maybe, but it's not really been very impressive, has it? No, but it looks great. It looks great. I love the look of this car, and even though it's sort of looking a bit worse for wear, I'm thinking maybe.
What has he done?
Oh no!
I don't know. I think he was trying to show off and do some donuts, but he seems to have lost control and gone straight into the tyres of doom.
Yes, thanks. I think that's what they are, aren't they? They are. I think we'll have to call them the tyres of doom. So that was a shame. That was a shame. The FCV is looking a bit worse for wear. So next is the ETK I-Series Hillclimb, 351 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds.
What is going on? I think he needs to sort of tweak the bass and the treble on his engine sound. It doesn't quite sound as beefy as it should.
No, I think you're right. I think you're right. It looks great though. I mean, look. Oh, looks like the front wheel arch is getting a bit wonky.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So it looks great. It's time for the I-Series to see. Let's see what the I-Series can do. Going around for the first bend. Wow. Okay, looks quick so far. Looks quick.
Oh, tyres of doom.
Yeah, the tyres of doom seem to have struck again, and it looks like he's having trouble reversing. He's not. Looks like he's unable to reverse.
Yeah, either that or he can't figure out where the reverse is. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he can't drive stick.
Stick. The manual.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, anyway, round for the first lap. We're getting ready to cross the line on the first lap. Let's see what time we get. 41.67. So at least the FCV is not lost. Oh, and he spun out again.
Oh dear. So it's not the day for the I-Series. This is the German car. So we've seen the French car. Now we've got the German one. I think we're being a bit let down here. I think that we've mainly got Japanese cars here, but I was hoping to see the European vehicles do quite well. But so far we've had a bit of a disappointment with the FCV. And now we're trying to see how well the I-Series can do, and I think the times won't be very favourable. Nope, here we go. What's the time then?
Oh, 39.52. Ah, well, there you go. But, you know, it doesn't matter what the times are so much as, you know, all these vehicles will be in for the race in race 4. But this is just determining the grid position, and we want to find out who's going to be in pole position.
Yes, very true. And so now the German car is going back to park up in the paddock. I think the big question on everyone's lips is, can this car reverse?
That's what we're all waiting to see. Nope.
Nope, unable to reverse. Okay, so unfortunately it looks like this car has a problem with his reverse gear, so that's going to cause him all sorts of trouble when it... Oh, yep. Whenever in doubt, just hit the railing.
Very well said, very wise. But anyway, I think the I-Series is going to struggle in the race because if he spins out, he will not be able to reverse unless he fixes that problem. Okay, next, the Hirochi SRB4 Hillclimb, 800 brake horsepower and a 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds.
Oh, okay. I have to admit, this sounds good. Now, I'm a bit upset we've got no American cars and we've got no V8s, but this sounds like a flat and it does sound nice, I have to say.
Wow. Did you actually compliment a Japanese car, Boots?
Don't go that far. Don't go that far. And the wing looks silly.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, anyway, well, Boots clearly has a bias towards the American cars.
Yep, that's a spoiler.
Look, it's a spoiler or is it a wing? No, but it's a rear wing. This is all about downforce. And I got good high hopes for this SRB. It sounds great. And that rear wing is going to do it some favours here. Beautifully jumped, but it was just on that landing is a bit difficult to control.
Yeah, you see, I think this is when you've got so much power in a light car, it's going to cause you some difficulties in control.
So, wow, 29.36. That's a good time. That's a good time, and he's spun out. Oh dear, he spun out. Yeah, and he's lost. Oh, I think he's listened to you, Boots. I think he realised that you didn't like his rear wing, and he's just left it on the side there.
Yeah, good boy. Yeah, we don't need that wing.
So you noticed how the front end dipped, whereas before it didn't. With that massive rear wing and all the downforce, it forced the back of the car down and probably had so you had the front pointing upwards. But without that big rear wing, with the weight of the engine, it had pulled the front down because you didn't have that downforce on the back.
Looks like that. So
yeah, the time is 37.83, so not bad time, but I was hoping the SRB would do better.
Oh dear. It looks like a bit of an improvement.
Look, okay, right. I know you're biased, but just trying to be so harsh.
But it's fine. I'm just, speaking my mind.
So anyway, the SRB is heading back.
And has got vastly a lot less panels and body parts than it had when it started.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah, it's kind of missing quite a bit. But at least it can still drive, and at least it can reverse. Wonderful. You see,
I think we're setting our standards quite low if we're talking about how good vehicles are by how they can reverse.
well, yes, but the I-Series couldn't reverse. So there you go. So next, we have the Hirochi Sunburst Hillclimb. 551 brake horsepower with still a respectable, very respectable 0 to 60 of 2.7. Okay, here we go. We're ready for the Gripple Sunburst. Now, okay, yes, of course, customary donuts. They have to be done.
But I think Lance and his Moonhawk would do a better donut than that.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're missing Lance, aren't you? How are Bruce and Lance doing? Since you're missing them, aren't you, quite a bit? Because they're not in this race at all, are they?
Nope, no Moonhawk, and that's a shame. I think they would have done well in this.
Well, maybe they'll be in the next race. Anyway, we're off. We're ready to go. The Sunburst is off with another big wing.
Spoiler.
Well, I would call it a wing, but anyway. Okay, let's see if the Hirochi Sunburst can redeem the Hirochi name. Flying beautifully. Oh no, there's okay. There's some SRB bits on the track still.
Yeah, where is that pigeon? That street cleaner pigeon? He's supposed to be picking up and cleaning the track.
Wait. Oh, 29.19. That's a good time and a good jump, but oh no. Oh, we've got a replay here. You see the front end's up so high because probably the rear wing is really dragging that rear end down. And so, of course, the driver can't see where he's going. He's landed and the front end had smashed into the ground, losing control. You see he's trying to steer, but he's gone straight into that barrier, and that has completely destroyed the front left wheel.
And the bumper's gone flying. So now the Sunburst is steering on just the front right wheel, which is going to cause him all sorts of trouble.
Well, at least he didn't hit the ties of doom. Here he comes. You can see that front left wheel is completely out of it.
Oh, and he knocks that front bumper off the SRB from earlier.
Valiant effort, though. The SRB's bumpers are, like, everywhere. But the Sunburst is doing well. He's not giving up. Now it's the end of the second lap. Let's see what time is. 35.50, which isn't last. It isn't last. So I think the Sunburst has a good chance to get a good position for race 4.
Well, let's see. Now it's the big question on everyone's lips is, can the Sunburst park?
Here he goes. Oh! Did he lose control, or was that on purpose?
Well, I think the I-Series deserved it because he couldn't even reverse.
Yeah, but he also hit the SRB, so I don't know what that was all about. Maybe we'll get more information later on and when we actually get into race 4. So next, the Abishu Pessimal Hillclimb. 533 brake horsepower and a 3.1 second 0 to 60. Again, a very respectable 0 to 60. This old school Pessimal.
Looks like it had raced in the 1992 Utah Rally. So let's see how he gets on.
Getting lined up. This is now, well, I mean, it's tuned to be a hill climb vehicle, but another really big wing.
Spoiler.
Are you trying to say that's spoiling the car?
Maybe.
But I think it looks good. I mean, it needs all that downforce. If it's, I mean, you know, for doing the hill climb, it needs a lot of downforce, like the old Pikes Peak and all that. So we're off. The Pessimal is off. Tidy so far.
What was that? I think someone's bumper was left on the track still.
Okay, off for the first jump. Beautifully done, like flying nice and level. When he landed, the front did bounce up quite far, but he seemed to have kept it under control, so there doesn't seem to be any problems there.
Okay, and now for the first lap.
29.52. That is a good time, and he didn't crash. And normally that's what happens after people have completed that first lap. They're at top speed over that jump, and that's often where they end up hitting that barrier.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because it's not necessarily about power. I think
I'm quite surprised to hear you say that, actually.
well, no, but I mean, you know, it's about control too, and I think.
Oh wait, last lap. Wow, 26.31. I think the Pessimal now has the second best lap time. Wow, your D15 is being knocked right down.
Oh, well, look, it's not about lap time, it's about race. And let's wait till race 9 and the D15 will show everyone how it's done. It's gonna destroy all these pocket rockets. You wait and see.
Wow, that seems like fighting talk.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be fine.
Oh, now the Pessimal has reversed into the I-Series. What is going on? I'm not sure what's happening. I don't know how the Marshall... Wow, okay. That was quite a big hit, and the wing came flying off.
Well, I think it's because the I-Series struggled to get around the track, and it couldn't reverse.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. Why would you want to keep knocking him for that?
Oh, I don't know. He was wasting everyone's time, so it took him ages to get round.
Okay. Anyway, you were like... Oh, wait a minute. Next is the Kashira. 2,630 brake horsepower.
Yeah, but only a 0 to 60 in 3.8.
Well, you see, it's not all about power. That's what you were saying earlier, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I was saying because it's about control. You need to be able to, you need the control. Power to weight is also important. And I think when you're going over that jump, you need to be able... Oh, bunny hops.
The Kashira is gracefully bouncing like a kangaroo.
I would say a frog.
Okay. Well, I mean, what's more graceful, a kangaroo or a frog? Maybe we'll have to do a vote on that. Maybe we can get the viewers to do a vote on what's more graceful, a kangaroo or a frog. Okay, so the Kashira is getting lined up and ready to go. And, yeah, so you were saying earlier.
Yeah, I was saying that it's not all about power. And I think we need to get the power to weight right and also the handling, because dealing with that jump and then the bends, like we saw, like with the drag cars, they just couldn't deal with the landing properly. They had all the speed, but they just couldn't deal with the landing, and those skinny front tyres, which are designed for drag racing, they just couldn't get the traction.
Wow, that was a beautiful jump by the Kashira. The front was pointing up towards the heavens.
Yeah. So I think it's interesting to see the difference in vehicles, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what vehicles actually manage to negotiate over that jump and bends.
So 30.83 seconds for the Kashira, which I don't think is last yet. I don't think it's last, but it's not a great time either.
No, and the Kashira's never does very well. Oh dear, she fell over.
Yeah, you were waiting to say that, weren't you? That's your line. So, as you can see, the Kashira jumps up, lands on the front right, bounces round, and overdoes it. So it gets no traction, just doesn't manage to get grip on the other side, so it just completely rolls over.
Yeah, so then ends up sliding on his roof.
But in true Kashira fashion, it manages to get back onto its wheels. But, yeah, it's too little too late. I think that's going to be it for the Kashira, although it doesn't look like it's going to be last, because it still has its first lap time, which wasn't great, but it's not bad enough to put it in last place.
No, so we can see if he can try and redeem himself here, but I think now this is the end of his second lap coming up.
So it'll be interesting to see what time the Kashira gets. So it's 41.09. So that's going to be interesting. I mean, it's sort of on the lower end of the times that we've seen here, but I think at least the first lap is going to be good enough. The time from the first lap is going to be good enough so it's not going to be in last place. Okay, so Kashira's just lining up to get back in. Again, all of these vehicles looking a bit worse for wear.
Right, so it's time for the Downforce fan.
So the GB5 Hillclimb Downforce fan, 573 brake horsepower. Unfortunately, the 0 to 60 is unknown, but I don't know about you, Boots, but this looks pretty rapid.
Yes, and it has a very high centre of gravity, but it looks like with all of these wings all over it, I think it's going to probably stop it from rolling, possibly.
Well, yeah, but you like to see the Kashira roll, don't you?
Well, the Kashira can rarely make it one lap without rolling. So let's see if the Downforce fan can make a lap without rolling.
Yeah, fun fact, to fit all those wings on the vehicle, the doors and everything have been welded shut. So the only way you can get in is by climbing through the window. Oh, flying beautifully. Looks like the Downforce fan is doing going around the bends nicely and dealing with the jumps well as well.
Yeah, I thought because it would probably have a high centre of gravity, it would roll over.
Oh, 29.58. That's a really good time. Oh, can he stay? He's kept his car under control and hasn't has managed to avoid that railing. So that's a good sign. And it's not rolled over. No, it's not rolled over, and it looks like the Downforce van is doing quite well and living up to its name.
I think, yeah, because of all that downforce, it's sort of counteracting that high centre of gravity.
Wow, just like that, look. 27.77.
Wow, what a beast that is. Oh, something got flicked. Oh, almost. Oh, I thought we were going to see it roll over, but no.
Okay, now the Downforce fan is just showing off because he knows that that he's got a good time, survived it. He didn't roll. Yeah, that's a force to be reckoned with. Oh, again. What is going on with the attacking of the I-Series? All of these vehicles are attacking the I-Series.
Oh, I don't know, but like I said, oh dear, what's happened there? It's all gone wrong for the I-Series. I wonder if he's going to be able to pull it together for the race. But if he does, he can't even reverse, so...
We'll have to see what happens. I have no idea. No idea where the Downforce van is going. No idea. Whoa, what's... That... There was no need. No need for that. Completely uncalled for.
Well, we're finishing off with some destruction.
And again, oh no. I think, oh dear, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Look, the whole drivetrain of the Owl has come flying out. The engine as well. Oh my goodness. So we got some replays and some different angles. None of us expected that. I think all of these cars are completely wrecked. I think the one that done best was probably the Pessimal. Yeah, the Pessimal, oh no, because the Pessimal was ruined as well when it reversed into the I-Series.
Wow, some acrobatics by the Downforce fan showing us that it can roll. She fell over.
Ah, you managed to say your famous line again. But back on its wheels. Well, what an interesting qualifying round that was. So all the times are in. So in first place is the Owl V10 with 26.04 in pole position.
Then it's the Ibishu Pessimal, 26.31.
The Downforce fan got a 27.77.
Then in fourth place, the Sunburst, 29.19.
The Hirochi SRB4 got 29.37.
In sixth place, it's the Ibishu Kashira with 30.83.
Seventh place is a Cherie FCV with 32.70.
Last place is the ETK I-Series with 39.52, the famous vehicle that couldn't reverse.
Yes, well that was interesting. Make sure you tune into the race and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.